It's a beautiful day here in Cape Coral, Florida, and we get the butterflies flying around. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and I have a beautiful blade scaleless ball python here. This is the first one I ever produced back in 19, and she's putting on some really nice size. I might even try to breed her this year. I've been gingerly growing her up just because I'm always afraid to put something that's too big in here, and she doesn't really like big rats. She'll eat like medium, well, small rats usually the most, or very extra large mice. And once again, I'm not pushing this snake because she's a good eater, but she just doesn't, I guess she gets intimidated. Maybe if I didn't have any scales protecting me, I'd feel the same way. So, but she's gorgeous. I mean, if you just look at this snake has got some gorgeous, she really developed nicely. And once again, you can see she got a little teeny bits of like some stuck shed on her bottom, but by and far she sheds pretty well. Like I said, the key is to keep the Bounty paper towels damp all the time. Sometimes we forget and they dry out a little bit because it gets really dry in the facility sometimes, and she'll have a stuck shed. But I told you, these guys shed once a week, so you can kind of catch up pretty quickly by just, the next week when she sheds, she'll shed off both sheds. So I want to show you some of the scaleless stuff I produced over the last couple of years and some of the stuff I'm hoping to produce in the future. Obviously, one of the goals would be a scaleless pied and scaleless clown. And we've gotten close, but we have no cigar yet on those. So let's go in and take a look and see what we got cooking. All right, guys, quick hit here. A good friend, or a new good friend, Ray Thomas from the Snake Pit, all the way in Australia, sent me an amazing package of stuff. And they got a great clothing line. He actually sent it for Pablo and I. He sent me this new shirt. Two shirts actually, and extra large, the right size too. Let's open these up. Man, I love to get free stuff. Usually I'm getting free bodybuilding stuff, but when I get free snake stuff, I get even more excited. Let's see this. Oh, this is a really nice quality shirt too. Look at that. Oh man, the Snake Pit, and you know what? The back is actually better than the front. Look at that. That is cool. This is mine, and you know what? It's got my species green colors too. Look at that. That's great. Thank you, Ray. And you know what? He also sent a white one. Pablo, you get the white one, okay? Because I don't wear white. I wear black. It makes me look slimmer now. I just like black. He also sent me two great stickers. And for those of you who don't know, I collect stickers. Right, Pablo? Look, right, show them the stickers here. Come in here for a second. I got stickers all over my sink, all of my freezer. So we'll put those like in my refrigerator. I put them everywhere. I really do like this. So great stickers. I love the green. Very well made. And let's also see what else we got here. Uh-oh. I can't believe it. Ray, you sent me a snake? You can't send snakes from Australia. Are you crazy? Maybe you sent me a moon glow carpet python? Maybe the Olimpelli python? Who knows? Holy mackerel. Baby blue tongue skink possibly? Let's open up the snake bag. Oh, Ray, come on. This is a pretty nice looking snake. Too bad it wasn't real. All right. He did say in the letter he sent me, he said, Dave, sorry, I wish we could send you guys Australian pythons, but the next best thing, I guess, would be a rubber snake. So I'll take it, Ray. Thank you so much. Guys, if you want to check out the Snake Pit, follow them on Instagram. They got a great clothing store. You can get all that stuff. I don't even know where you can get this stuff. I would go to the Instagram page, and all the details will be there. But I got to thank you so much for sending that clothing. That was very nice of you. And I'm glad that you enjoy the bodybuilding channel as well. Lee Priest loves the Snake Pit shirt. I was actually jealous when I saw Lee Priest wearing that shirt. I had mentioned it on my bodybuilding channel. I guess you must have heard. And you sent me that nice care package. Thank you so much from Ray from the Snake Pit.
Thank you.
All right. Here's talk about climbing the walls. Here's my micro scale clown. And this is the boy that has done a lot of good breeding for me. Produced a lot of nice babies. We'll show you some of those in a minute. Obviously, you can see he's got the beady little scales. That's called the micro scale. He's got the missing scales on his head. So he's the term micro scale is supposed to indicate that he's also scaleless head, but I almost like to call the micro scale scaleless heads as if they're two genes. And I know people disagree with that assessment, but I still stand by. I think they could potentially be two separate genes, but we'll see. And this boy, once again, produced some really nice females. In the microscale project, I have a lot of good holdbacks, and I'm going to show you some really nice looking ones. and hopefully they will breed this year, and hopefully I will breed this boy to them. So remember, my goal is to try to produce a scaleless clown. That's really, and if I can get some other genes into that scaleless clown project, then that would be great as well. But he's awesome. He's a great breeder. He's a good eater. And last year I bred him so many times, that he actually was really getting skinny, and I realized that I was maybe putting a little too much strain on this guy. So I kind of gave him off the second half of the year, and he put on some really good size and ate up. He was always a good eater. See, whenever you have a male that's a good eater, sometimes if you're breeding them to a lot of females, there's not as much to worry about. You can always get their size back. It's when you get the males that are really bad eaters, and then you start breeding them too much, they can go downhill and just never recover properly. So keep that in mind when you're trying to pair up your snakes. The greatest solution to all these problems is don't have just one male doing everything. Try to have multiple. So the good thing now is that I've bred them several times. I have some options now. I don't have to use the same snake all the time now. Look, these snakes are expensive. Some of the high-end ones. And I paid a lot of money for this snake when it first, hit the market, so to speak. But I wanted something that was going to make some good stuff. So, it's not like you can buy two of them. The funny thing is, even if you had the money to do it, the two of them wasn't even available at the time. So just thought I'd point that out to you. It's always good to have options. Now, here's where the magic happens. This is one of the offspring from that microscale clown I just showed you. This is a GHI Mojave microscale. See the missing scales on its head? And you can see this GHI Mojave does not look like a typical GHI Mojave. It's like, it's almost like four-dimensional. It's like super high contrast because those microscales just stick out more. They just create a little bit more. It almost looks like you're infusing like an Enchi type gene into it when you have the microscale. And the great thing about this female is that she's also had clowns. So if I breed my clown microscale to this, we can produce GHI Mojave clown scaleless animals potentially, if we hit all the genes. If the gods, do bless us. She's close. Now, I think by December she might be ready to breed. She needs a couple more weeks, maybe another month or two of pounding some medium rats, and I think she might be ready to go. I'm really excited because she's really beautiful, and if you guys know and watch my videos, I love the GHI Mojave. So when I produced her, and I'm going to show you her sister too, I was really psyched that in the future that I'd get to breed her and have a potential chance at producing some really cool scaleless clown animals. And once again, you don't know you can hit everything, but you know what? It would be pretty cool. I guess the odds would be about 1 in 4 maybe, or no, 1 in 8, because it would be 1 in 2 to hit the clown, since she's pet clown, and then it would be, I guess, 1 in 4. So yeah, about 1 out of 8 chance to hit the scaleless clown. And then of course you got GHI Mojave in there, which you could potentially hit as well. So that would be a nice project. That would certainly be a nice clutch next year, for sure. Now this is the sister to the one I just showed you. This is a banana female that is, I'm pretty sure, I thought originally she was GHI, but I'm thinking now that she's probably Mojave. So this would be a banana Mojave microscale. You can see the scaleless heads. See the missing scales on the head. You can see the little microscales. So this is a banana Mojave that's microscale, and it's also 100% head clown. So we can make some cool stuff with this female for sure. And I have some decisions to make who I want to breed her to, assuming that she continues eating and she gets up to the size that I want her to, by December. So I'm going to let her grow a little bit. She's at 1,200 right now, but she's a small 1,200, so I want to get her a little more mature looking. And I think in another 2 months she could be ready to go. Because the great thing about ball pythons is they'll eat while they're courting with the males, and so they'll continue to grow while they're breeding, which is good. Whereas boas, kind of like once you pair them up, you kind of stop them from eating, and what the size they're at is the size they're at. They're really not going to put any more size on. The ball pythons will definitely change. So cool snake. Look how clean this banana is. There's not a single little speckle on it. Like I said, I really thought it was GHI originally because she was really dark when she was first born. I was convinced it was banana GHI, but Pablo seems to think it's a Mojave, and as someone in the comment section said that I'm terrible at identifying things. I don't know. No, she definitely looks, when you see these little circles here, it definitely looks Mojave-ish. And so we'll see. I'm going to show you another male that's really cool, and you guys in the comments can tell me who you think I should breed her to. Okay guys, this is my super micro scale, and if you guys remember from former videos, there's two lines of scaleless head. One is the micro scale, which has this like beaded appearance, and then there's the just Brian Barczyk scaleless head. Both super forms, the super micro scale and the super scaleless head, both produce scaleless animals. I believe they're compatible with each other. I think it's the same gene, but you never know. This is the micro scale. So this is super micro scale, which is scaleless, and it's 100% het clown. This is a male I produced this past year. He is spectacular. He's perfect in every way whatsoever. He's been shedding really nice, he's been eating well, and so I'm really excited about him. And you know, he'll go into the breeding rotation at some point in the future, probably next year, which is exciting because I produced a lot of females, believe it or not, scaleless, super scaleless, and that's been a pain in the neck because I've been having to use, hets to try to produce more. So now that I have an actual scaleless animal, I can almost go scaleless to scaleless in certain instances, which will, obviously ensure that we get more scaleless animals, and that's the goal. A lot of people really love these. A lot of people just want one or two in their collection just to have as pets, almost to show off to friends and for their YouTube channel. It's a novelty, ball python in a sense. You don't even have to worry about like morphs sometimes, with these. Just to say I have a scaleless ball python, especially if you really love ball pythons like all of us do, then it's a nice animal to just have in your collection to show people. When I have like kids come over or relatives, and I'm done showing them all my cool stuff, then I pull this thing out and they're all like, whoa, this feels cool. It's so smooth, and it just doesn't feel like a snake, and it's something to talk about, so to speak. So this boy once again will be staying here. He's a holdback. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. This was a quick Friday, Saturday hit on the scaleless projects and micro scale versus scaleless head. I wanted to just kind of show you what I had going on, some of the holdbacks and some of the stuff that might be available. And, I love the project. It'll never be like 90% of my collection is going to be scaleless ball pythons, but I certainly would like to have, at least 10-15% of the ball pythons be scaleless, because I do enjoy them. They're not really much more work. You have to just make sure that they're always wet. They have dampness in their humidity in their boxes, because if you don't, they're not going to shed, and they do shed once a week. So those are the two things you really have to be aware of. Other than that, they're pretty much the normal ball python. Hopefully she'll breed, so this will be the first time I breed this female, and I don't even know what I'm going to breed her to be honest with you. I don't know, maybe I might breed her to my micro scale het clown, clown het micro scale, even though she's the scaleless head and he's the micro scale line. They're compatible, so I would like to make some totally scaleless animals. We'd get all scaleless, or we would get half scaleless and they would all be het clown. So that's probably what I'll do. I could always go, scaleless head pie to her also. So that's a possibility, but I think I'm going to go probably with the micro scale clown, and then go with that direction. But we'll see. She's just on the borderline. She's about 1,200-1,300 grams. A couple more meals in there. Probably by December she'll be ready to breed, and we'll see. I'll keep you guys updated. All right. I hope you guys have a great weekend planned, and we're getting into the heart of October here. Halloween will be coming up. We'll have to look for our Halloween snake, the most orange snake in Palumbo's pythons and boas. And then, before we know it, we're here. The breeding season's here already. I can't believe it. Time has really flown. I hope you guys are liking these videos. If you are, tell your friends about them. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications. Hit the like button. See you back Monday morning.